Imagine waking up in a world where every fleeting desire is met with immediate gratification. You eat what you crave, purchase the latest gadgets, and indulge in sensory delights at every turn. In this scenario, pleasure is the only currency of happiness, and every moment is spent in pursuit of the next dopamine hit. Now, contrast that with another life, one where fulfillment is found not in transient sensations, but in deep purpose, meaningful relationships, and personal growth. This is the heart of the debate that Aldous Huxley so famously engaged in. Best known for his dystopian masterpiece, Brave New World, Huxley challenged us to re-examine our understanding of happiness. He distinguished between two paths: the seductive but ultimately hollow chase for pleasure, hedonism, and the more arduous yet enduring pursuit of a life rich in meaning and virtue, eudaimonia. In today's society, where social media, consumerism, and relentless entertainment bombard us every day, it's easy to fall into the trap of the hedonistic pursuit. Yet, as Huxley warned that this obsession with immediate gratification may be leading us astray from true fulfillment. We will explore Huxley's warnings, delve into the psychology and history behind these ideas, and offer practical guidance on shifting from a life of superficial pleasure to one imbued with purpose. The allure of hedonism is undeniable. Our modern culture is built on the promise that pleasure equals happiness. Think of the first time you tasted a decadent dessert or experienced the thrill of a new gadget. The rush you felt is hard to forget. In his novel Brave New World, Huxley painted a chilling picture of a society where pleasure was engineered into every aspect of life. Citizens in his dystopia were provided with an endless supply of soma, a drug that silenced any hint of discomfort and replaced deep emotions with shallow contentment. This metaphor for digital and consumerist escapism serves as a stark reminder. When pleasure is the only goal, society risks losing its capacity for critical thought and genuine connection. Modern society seems to mimic Huxley's cautionary tale. Social media platforms, for instance, are designed to trigger our brain's reward centers through likes, shares, and comments, creating an almost addictive loop of gratification. Every swipe and tap reinforces a pattern of instant pleasure that can be both exhilarating and empty. Psychological research has identified the hedonic treadmill as a phenomenon where no matter how much pleasure we experience, our overall level of happiness tends to return to a baseline. This means that while we might enjoy a momentary spike in joy, we soon find ourselves chasing the next thrill without ever truly feeling satisfied. Historically, hedonistic ideas are not new. Ancient Greek philosophers debated the merits of pleasure as a primary good. Epicureans, for example, believed that simple pleasures were the key to a happy life. Yet even they recognized the dangers of overindulgence. Pleasure, when pursued without moderation, could lead to pain and regret. In our current era, technological advancements and consumer culture have amplified this danger. With an endless array of choices available at our fingertips, we are more prone than ever to a cycle of escalating desires. The first taste of something new is delightful, but as our senses adjust, we find that we must seek out ever more intense experiences to replicate that initial feeling. This cycle can lead to a form of existential fatigue, where the pursuit of pleasure becomes a never-ending quest that leaves us feeling increasingly disconnected from ourselves. Huxley's critique is as relevant today as it was in his time. He warned that a society fixated on comfort and pleasure might lose sight of what it means to be human, our ability to suffer, to struggle, and ultimately to grow. When we focus solely on avoiding pain, we also avoid the experiences that build character and resilience. It is in facing adversity that we discover our true potential, develop empathy, and find depth in our lives. In stark contrast to the ephemeral nature of hedonistic pleasures is the concept of eudaimonia. Rooted in Aristotelian philosophy, eudaimonia is often translated as human flourishing or living well. Unlike the momentary thrills of hedonism, eudaimonia calls for a life lived in accordance with one's values and virtues. It is not merely about feeling good, it is about being good, and about creating a life that is rich with purpose, fulfillment, and lasting satisfaction. A person on the eudaimonic path does not ask, "What will make me happy right now?" Instead, they reflect on, "What will make my life meaningful?" This shift in perspective is not easy. It often requires enduring hardships, learning from failures, and continuously challenging oneself. Yet, it is precisely these experiences that contribute to a deep, lasting sense of well-being. Unlike the transient pleasure of a social media notification or a fleeting moment of indulgence, the rewards of eudaimonia are cumulative. They build over time, creating a resilient foundation that remains steadfast even in the face of life's inevitable challenges. Consider the example of a craftsman who dedicates years to mastering a trade. The satisfaction derived from creating something with skill and passion is not instant. It develops slowly with each new lesson and every setback overcome. This gradual accumulation of experience and expertise fosters a sense of pride and identity that cannot be replicated by short-lived pleasures. In the same way, investing time in nurturing deep relationships, contributing to one's community, or pursuing a meaningful career yields rewards that resonate far beyond the momentary high of instant gratification. Modern psychological studies support the notion that eudaimonic well-being is linked to better mental health and overall life satisfaction. Researchers have found that individuals who pursue intrinsic goals, such as personal growth, close relationships, and community involvement, tend to experience more sustained happiness compared to those who focus solely on extrinsic rewards like wealth or status. This evidence aligns with Huxley's belief that true happiness comes not from what we consume, but from what we create, learn, and share with others. Moreover, eudaimonia is a call to authenticity. It urges us to live in alignment with our true selves rather than conforming to societal expectations. In a world dominated by images and superficial ideals, embracing one's unique identity becomes a radical act. The journey toward eudaimonia involves deep introspection, the courage to face one's limitations, and the willingness to step outside of comfort zones in search of a richer, more genuine life experience. Aldous Huxley was not merely a novelist, but a profound thinker who anticipated many of the pitfalls of modern society. In Brave New World, he presented a vision of a society where the pursuit of pleasure was elevated to the highest ideal, at the expense of deeper human values. Huxley foresaw that when we prioritize ease and comfort above all else, we risk becoming a society of passive consumers, easily manipulated and deprived of the capacity for critical thought. The warnings in Huxley's work extend far beyond the realm of fiction. Today, many of his insights resonate with our current societal trends. We live in an era where technology offers immediate gratification on demand. Streaming services, social media feeds, and online shopping have created an environment where everything is available instantly, fostering an insatiable desire for more. Yet, despite, or perhaps because of, this abundance, many people report feeling empty, disconnected, and unfulfilled. The modern chase for social validation exemplifies this dilemma. Every like, comment, or share on social media serves as a temporary boost to our self-esteem, but it is a fleeting high that leaves us longing for more. The pursuit of digital approval often replaces genuine human connection, resulting in relationships that are superficial at best. Huxley warned that such a focus on surface-level pleasures could lead to a society bereft of meaningful discourse and authentic relationships. Furthermore, the emphasis on materialism in contemporary culture reinforces the hedonistic mindset. We are constantly bombarded with messages that equate possessions with success and happiness. Advertising campaigns and celebrity culture often celebrate the acquisition of luxury goods and the attainment of a glamorous lifestyle, suggesting that these external markers are the keys to a joyful life. However, extensive research in behavioral economics and psychology reveals that beyond a certain threshold, increases in material wealth have little impact on our overall sense of well-being. Instead, they can lead to a cycle of comparison, envy, and ultimately discontent. Huxley's warnings serve as a reminder that the pursuit of pleasure, when taken to an extreme, can be a double-edged sword. By focusing solely on avoiding discomfort, we may inadvertently sidestep the challenges that spur personal growth and the development of resilience. In doing so, we risk impoverishing our inner lives and missing out on the rich tapestry of experiences that make us truly human. So how do we break free from the hedonistic trap and move toward a life of eudaimonia? The path is neither simple nor instantaneous, but it is both attainable and profoundly rewarding. First and foremost, it requires a shift in perspective, from a focus on short-lived pleasures to an appreciation for the deeper rewards of struggle and growth. One essential step is learning to embrace discomfort. This might sound counterintuitive, but the ability to sit with difficult emotions, face failures head-on, and learn from setbacks is fundamental to building resilience. Whether it's taking on a challenging project at work, engaging in physical exercise that pushes your limits, or simply allowing yourself to experience the full spectrum of human emotions, accepting discomfort is a catalyst for transformation. Over time, the trials we endure shape our character and help us discover hidden strengths. Another critical component is the cultivation of genuine, deep relationships. In an age dominated by superficial online interactions, investing in face-to-face connections and nurturing meaningful friendships is more important than ever. Real conversations, shared experiences, and mutual vulnerability build bonds that provide emotional sustenance in times of need. When we prioritize quality over quantity in our relationships, we not only enrich our own lives, but also contribute to a more compassionate and connected society. Pursuing mastery in a creative or intellectual endeavor is another powerful way to shift from consumption to creation. Instead of mindlessly scrolling through digital content, channel that energy into developing a skill or passion. Whether it's writing, painting, playing music, or even learning a new language, the process of mastering something new instills a sense of purpose and achievement. The satisfaction derived from creative output or intellectual discovery far surpasses that of a transient social media notification. It is also crucial to reevaluate our definitions of success and purpose. Modern culture often equates success with wealth, fame, or material accumulation. However, these external markers rarely provide lasting fulfillment. Instead, a meaningful life is built on values such as integrity, compassion, and contribution to the greater good. By redefining success in terms of personal growth and the positive impact we have on others, we can redirect our energies toward endeavors that enrich both our lives and our communities. In practical terms, this might involve setting aside regular time for self-reflection, whether through meditation, journaling, or conversations with trusted friends. It could mean volunteering for causes you believe in, or taking up a hobby that challenges you mentally and physically. The key is to be intentional about how you spend your time and to create a life structure that supports long-term growth rather than momentary escapes. Finally, limiting distractions is paramount. In a world of constant digital noise, carving out periods of uninterrupted solitude can help us reconnect with our inner selves. Reducing the barrage of notifications and digital stimuli allows us to think deeply, reflect on our values, and set meaningful goals. This practice of mindful living not only enhances our focus, but also reminds us that true happiness is found in moments of quiet introspection rather than in the relentless pursuit of external validation. Aldous Huxley's insights into the nature of happiness are a timeless call to re-examine the paths we choose in life. His critique of hedonism, a pursuit of pleasure at the expense of genuine growth and resilience, challenges us to look beyond the instant and the superficial. While the allure of immediate gratification is powerful, it is ultimately fleeting. The promise of eudaimonia, on the other hand, lies in the slow, deliberate work of building a life of meaning, deep relationships, and personal integrity. In today's society, where the distractions of technology and consumerism are omnipresent, Huxley's warnings are more relevant than ever. The constant barrage of digital stimuli and the seductive pull of materialism can easily lead us down a path of shallow existence. Yet, within each of us lies the potential for a richer, more authentic experience, a life not defined by momentary highs, but by sustained fulfillment and purpose. The journey toward true happiness requires us to embrace the challenges that come our way. It demands that we face discomfort head-on, invest in meaningful connections, and cultivate our inner lives through creativity, learning, and introspection. It is not a path marked by ease or instant rewards, but one that, over time, builds a deep reservoir of resilience and satisfaction. As you reflect on your own life, ask yourself, are you chasing the fleeting, illusory promise of instant pleasure? Or are you willing to embark on a journey of self-discovery and growth, one that might be challenging but ultimately leads to a life worth living? Huxley's vision is not one of despair, but of hope. He reminds us that by choosing the path of eudaimonia, we reclaim our humanity and rediscover the true essence of what it means to live well. The road to lasting fulfillment is not paved with endless distractions or material excess, but with the courage to face life in all its complexity and beauty. Embrace the struggle, invest in what truly matters, and let your life be a testament to the enduring power of meaning over mere pleasure. Now step forward into a future where every challenge is an opportunity to grow, every setback a lesson in resilience, and every moment a chance to build a life of genuine, lasting joy. As you leave behind the shallow allure of hedonistic comforts, remember that the most profound happiness is found not in avoiding pain, but in transforming it into wisdom, strength, and compassion.